Okay, so I just wanted to share with you some updates about perfusion education from the program directors as well as the accreditation committee. A few years ago, well, before I became the program director, Terry would graciously let me go with him to the program directors meetings. And over the last few years, there have been several program directors that have retired and new program directors taking the lead. And so some of us decided that just to make sure that we were sharing, collaborating, and also helping each other develop and grow, that we should also keep the community informed about what was going on. And as well, Ann Gretcho, when she was the president of the American Board, with her collaboration with the program directors, the accreditation committee, our professional organizations, that we needed to have a transparent and open dialogue about things that were going on the committees that impact all of us as certified clinical perfusionists. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes sharing with you some things that are going on with the program directors and the ACPE and KHAP. I am on the Program Directors Council. I serve as the vice chair and will be taking over as chair for the Program Directors Council next year when Ed Delaney rotates off. As well, I am one of the representatives on the Accreditation Committee for Perfusion Education as a representative of the Program Directors. So just so you kind of know my background. Just as a review, the purpose of the Program Directors Council is for us to provide a forum for exchange of information on scientific and educational issues among all the program directors so that we can enhance the educational process for all perfusion students at all programs. As well, just to provide representation and receive information from the organizational, professional organizations and societies that have input into our professional development, which includes our surgeons, our anesthesiologists, our perfusionists, our professional organizations, AMSEC, the Academy, the American Board, as well as the Commission for Accreditation for Health Education Programs, which is the organization that accredits perfusion education. So like I said, the program directors collaborate with all of these organizations, and I tip my hat to Ann and Ed for really making this a collaborative effort so that we actually are working together. Unfortunately, throw Terry under the bus, but we're decades where it was fun in the meetings. I didn't say that. So just a few updates from us, the program directors. We did launch a new website last year, and this is the website. It's perfusionschool.org, and it's open for all perfusionists, students, potential students, to find information about programs, resources for the programs, resources for students. And so I hope that you all, look at the website and then give suggestions for how we can improve that website. As well, I want to talk just briefly about current programs, new programs, and some numbers, which always seems to be a discussion among perfusionists about how many students are graduating. We don't have enough, we have too many, and where are we in 2023? So currently, there are 22 perfusion education programs in the United States. 19 of those 22 programs are accredited programs, accredited by KHAP. One received their initial accreditation, which was approved in March of 2023. 5 of those programs are post-baccalaureate certificate programs, and the other 14 accredited programs are master programs. There are 3 new master programs. All 3 of the new programs will master granting programs. 2 are in what's called candidacy status with the ACPE, which means that ACPE which is the commission for the OA, the Accreditation Commission for Perfusion Education, that recommends accreditation to KHAP. So they have gone through a process with the ACPE to make sure that they're meeting or developing the standards for their programs. And the third program is in the application process for candidacy status. Prior to this year, that was a voluntary pathway. And going forward, all new programs will have to go through the pathway of establishing candidacy before they apply for accreditation. So just kind of a picture of where all the programs are. So there's some states that don't have programs and some states that have several programs. There's 3 programs in the state of Texas, 2 here in Houston and 1 in Dallas. In 2023, these numbers are a collaborative collection from all the program directors at our last meeting. 221 students enrolled in programs, and the projected student enrollment for next classes is 281 students, and that's a projected number based on the addition of the 3 new programs and the number of students that they are anticipating on enrolling in their programs. It's interesting if you look at the American Board's annual report, they do a very nice summary of perfusionists that are certified, ones that are losing their accreditation voluntarily or retiring, and then new graduates that are certifying and come into the field. So we're still staying slightly ahead, but still have a shortage of clinical perfusionists to serve the patients in the United States. So no worries, graduates, you'll have a job when you get out. So just a little bit, some updates from the ACP and KHAP. I've already mentioned that ACPE evaluates the perfusion education program and then recommends the accreditation status to KHAP, who then makes the final decision about awarding accreditation. The Commission for Accreditation on Allied Health Education Programs accredits over 2,500 allied health education programs in over 30 health professions, which includes perfusion education. A couple of things going on with KHAP. Every several years, these standards and guidelines for each program are revised or reviewed and then submitted to all of the sponsoring organizations for that discipline. And then once approved by all those organizations are approved by KHAP. Another thing that happened this year in January was KHAP approved a international accreditation process for programs that are international that would like to apply for KHAP accreditation. So the ACPE standards, which are the standards for perfusion education, the 2 biggest things that we will be doing in the next year are reviewing the consensus curriculum, which is the curriculum that all programs use for their perfusion education program. And that will be divided among all the program directors to review sections of the consensus curriculum and then submit to ACPE for approval. And KHAP developed a new template, so all the standards have to meet the new templates. So our next revision will be to the recommendations from KHAP. The other big news for us is this international accreditation process. In this process, KHAP will provide oversight and collaborate with its committees on accreditation to review programs outside the United States for accreditation. The decision to review programs outside of the United States is at the discretion of each committee. And I can say that at this time, the ACPE is not in the process of developing an international accreditation process. And at this time, there are no professions that have been approved to conduct international reviews, but it is something that's down the pike and will be coming. So I want to thank you for attending and your attention, and please enjoy the rest of the conference.